Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Scout Prepper channel. Tonight I'm going to review the ESEE AH-1 Arrowhead. So, pretty unique gear review. It's not a gun, it's not a knife, it's not a backpack, survival food, nothing like that. You've seen the Scout Tactical channel, the Scout Prepper channel, and the Scout Hunter channel, so this kind of fits in all of those because it's emergency gear, hunting gear, could be tactical gear. Pretty unique item. I just bought 3 of these, and I haven't affixed them to an arrow or a spear or what have you, but I really like it. I think that this is something pretty cool that a lot of guys who are putting together these kits should think about. You know, too often I watch these videos on YouTube, or I talk to other guys at work, at my PD, or guys on YouTube message me all the time now, and Facebook, and they're talking about, you know, I have 10 Mountain House freeze-dried meals in my pack, or I have beef jerky and oatmeal, or man, I just believe in Cliff Bars and all this good stuff. And I have to think that, let's think it through. I have to think that on a pack, that especially something that you guys are terming inch bag, where you're never coming home, or a wilderness survival bag or something like that, what do you do if the food you take runs out? Well, you've got to go get some more. So if you're not up on your plants, or you really don't eat a lot of veggies like me, you don't want to gnaw on raw plants. If that's not you, then you're going to have to hunt, or you're going to have to fish, right? I mean, those are our only 2 options, and because we don't have time to cultivate and grow food from seeds. So a lot of guys have these seeds and stuff, and they're bug out or emergency stuff, and that's great. Heirloom seeds, stuff like that. Grow your stuff, but you should be growing your garden already. Growing your fruits, growing your veggies, whatever you like. Because you're not going to have time to wait for something to grow for months before you can eat it, because you'll starve to death. And that's just basic logic. So I see these guys and I'm like, well, I have some wire, some brass wire for snares, and I'll catch some game and eat it that way. And I think, oh yeah? Well, let me see that. I'd like to see it. Because, number one, you need a lot of snares. They have to be all over the place, because it's going to be luck of the draw that anything gets in any of your snares. So the more you have, the better chance. And you have to really know what you're doing. So if you just make these snares and you don't cover your scent, you don't bait them right, you don't put them in the right place, or you don't make them right, you know, set them right, or traps or what have you, they're not going to catch any game. And again, you starve to death out there waiting to catch some game in a snare. Now, fishing's a pretty viable option, but what if you're at a place that doesn't have any lakes, rivers with fish? So you need to know how to hunt, I think. And if you are a regular deer hunter, you know, you're already doing it as a sport now, then the hunting should come fairly easy to you in a survival situation. But one of the things that might help might be this arrowhead. So uses, okay, you can put it on an arrow. Say you have a survival bow, you have a regular bow, but you've lost all your carbon arrows or whatever, and you're trying to make an arrow. Of course, you can't carve a wooden arrow and put it in a compound bow of today and expect it to shoot, because it'll just splinter in midair. But say you've got a long bow or a recurve bow, this would work. Also, think about a spear. That's a pretty interesting concept. You find a walking stick kind of stick, and you put this on the end, and maybe you have a good time, you have good luck spearing something like a rabbit or some type of small to medium-sized game. That might work for you as well. So this is pretty cool. Now, from a spec standpoint, they're affordable. I got these for $13.95, shipping included, on eBay. I bought 3 of them. You see them all the way up from $19.95, $16.95. The prices kind of vary, but generally they're between $14 and $20. And they're really well made. Anything that ESEE does, Jeff Randall stuff, you know, is really well made. Let's see if that'll focus. There we go. ESEE knives, AH-1. Now in the catalogs and everywhere it's called the AH-1. It's missing the dash. Has a cool kind of crinkle finish to it, nothing on the other side. And these letters won't be anything major. If they can get that close, they're already too close to the arrowhead. It has a lashing hole in the middle. That's what that's called, so you can lash it to your spear or arrow. And you can wrap this with whatever, you know, leather cord or paracord or wire, zip ties, anything that would lash would work. The blades are double-sided, super sharp tip and super sharp blades, and the whole thing's made out of 1095 steel. So what we've got is something that really holds an edge and stays super sharp, but it's going to be a little susceptible to rust. So just keep that in mind. Just like your 1095 blades, who have we seen using 1095 a lot in the past? Cold Steel on some of their black blades that they've done some of their best knives ever. So 1095 is good for really getting sharp and easy to sharpen, but of course, a little bit of rust, susceptible. Not the end of the world. This thing, I forgot to tell you, is 0.8 inches thick, and that's there though. Of course, not the blade thickness. Let's see if it'll focus up again. Oh well. So 0.8 inches right there. Plenty thick, so that if you put it on something and you shoot, it won't break off real easily. It comes in this cardboard box that you see it laying on inside of a bag, and the only other thing in the package is this. Pretty neat though. It's a Randall's Adventures in Training, which used to be just RAT, but now it's Randall's Adventures in Training, and that's what RAT stood for. ESEE knives, and it has some Survive tips over here. It's got their information. Jeff Randall, there you go. And then on the back, it's a survival card, so it has ground signals, little survival tips on being lost, like calm down and what have you, and then some conversions, 1 mile to kilometers, meters to feet, an inch ruler, stuff like that, centimeter ruler. So pretty neat, and it's a card. You know, nothing that ESEE and RAD, Jeff Randall does is single purpose. So with that card, of course, you know, it's a plastic card, so you can use it for all kinds of stuff. You can wrap it in your duct tape, your electrical tape, all that stuff, so that it's doing multi-purpose. Well, guys, pretty short video. I think that most guys need to just really, the purpose of the video, think about how you would gather or hunt or fish for food. I think that hunting and fishing is going to have to be a necessity, because no matter how awesome your food storage is at home, in the event of a long-term emergency or in the event of a survival situation, you just think if you get break a leg, break an ankle while on a hunt in some type of remote area, on an elk hunt, on a sheep hunt, something like that, I'm thinking in the mountains, you just think, okay, I've got 3 days worth of food with me. I've got 3 weeks worth of food with me regardless. If you have to stay up there 2 or 3 weeks waiting on somebody to rescue you, you might want to start eating. Now, of course, you can survive quite a while without food, but you lose your energy. You start making bad decisions because you start becoming incoherent and start becoming confused, dazed, disoriented, all those things. So I understand that Survivor Man tells you you can go 3 weeks without food, and then after the first week he starts getting dizzy. But realistically, if you or I, the common person, stopped eating, you start getting pissed off about it by the end of the same day. And then you start getting real irritable, and then you start getting real bad within the first, 3 to 5 days. If you went a week without food and your body's used to food, you're going to go through some hunger pains, let me tell you. They will subside, but you're not going to be at your best, so you need to be able to eat. And if not for you, learn how to feed your family. No matter how good your gear is, you always need to have backups or a second plan, and a little bow hunting might go a long way, either spear or bow. I love it as a sport right now. I happen to be an archer and a bow hunter myself in regular times, in a non-emergency situation. So that's where it goes. Guys, as always, I really appreciate the views. Keep them coming, and the subscriptions. Like the video. Check us out, all 3 channels, Scout Tactical, Scout Prepper, and Scout Hunter on YouTube. This channel is Scout Prepper on Facebook. And as always, thanks for watching.